can have a plan in your mind of what you're going to achieve, and then life happens and this is the problem. So just to give you some background here, one of the girls was sick in the night and it went all over the bed. So I've kind of had to strip the bed and get it all in the wash so that it's dry and fresh again for tonight. I had kind of big plans for today of getting up and really getting cracking on with stuff. So I thought that her being sick and me having to add all these extras to my list had completely scuppered my decluttering plans. But as you'll see in the video later on, she actually improved as the day went on, and we managed to go through a whole load of bags that I'd put to one side and get rid of quite a few toys. So that was a success in the end. But at this point in the video, I was kind of giving up all hope, waking up all motivated and thinking, yeah, this isn't going to happen at all. But yeah, you never know how the day is going to pan out when you start it, really. So yeah, you'll just see me strip the bed, and then you'll see me go to put all the laundry in and try and get that going first thing, and then really get on with the kitchen clean, the morning jobs, the maintenance jobs that I have to do in the morning before I can really get cracking on anything. So this is me tackling the kitchen in the morning. I don't know what it is about the kitchen. I seem to spend half my life cleaning it. I don't know if anyone else has this. But yeah, it kind of is the thing. I can't do anything before I sort the kitchen because somehow overnight the dishes have piled up and the laundry's piled up and there's stuff everywhere. And I think having cats as well, I don't know anyone who has cats, they make so much mess. So we've always got to kind of clean the surfaces, sweep the floor and just do everything. Even if I'd done it the night before, it's always dirty again by the time it comes to the next morning. So you'll see me as well with the cats. I think look, if you notice that they just almost had a fight. They're always squabbling and trying to hurt each other. And the other thing they're constantly doing is trying to trip me up. You're going to see me nearly trip over a couple of times in the video because they're literally running around my feet as I'm trying to do jobs. And yeah, another thing, I don't know if there's any cat people out there, they're just begging for food all the time. You'd think I don't feed them, but they're really greedy. They just keep wanting more and more, and they see me in the kitchen. There you go, I just tripped over. They see me in the kitchen and they just think that means it's food for them. So yeah, they're constantly running around my feet and I'm trying not to trip over them. But yeah, I think that's what happens every day. So this is another thing that happens to me when I start just giving the kitchen a quick wipe over and then I spot stuff. So here I've just spotted that one of the cats has been up here and rubbed against the windows and left smudge marks all over the windows. So then I instantly start just trying to give them a quick wipe down. Not a spring clean or anything, but just a quick wipe down. But it's these kind of jobs that this wasn't on my kind of agenda or list for today, but I've seen it, I've given it a quick clean and they add up. And then suddenly I'll look at the clock and be like, oh, yeah, I need to do some playtime with the girls now, and the little bit of time I thought I had in the morning while they're munching on their breakfast has just dissipated and I've not done what I actually intended to do. So yeah, just trying to go through as I see messes and get rid of them. And it's these kind of, everyday jobs that I find make it really hard for me to get on with the actual work as such that I need to be doing of decluttering the house. So now I'm just turning around and doing the other side of the kitchen, which is like the dumping spot for everything where I don't know where to put it during the day. It just gets chucked on the side here. So you've got hoovers and chalks from activities and hair stuff and half-open snacks and plugs and cables and everything you can possibly imagine. And there's a bit of a drawer there that I'm using as a junk drawer at the minute, which is where you see me dumping everything that I don't know where to put it. So I don't know if other people have these dumping spots as well, but they drive me crazy because I get up in the morning and I'm like, why did I chuck all this stuff here? But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm very much feeling at the moment that instead of making progress, I'm just moving stuff from one place to the other and then cleaning somewhere else and moving it back again. And yeah, it's really irritating me. It's really irritating me. But I keep thinking how nice it'll be when I actually get the stuff out and the rooms are clearer and I don't have 5,000 things on every surface that I have to lift in order to wipe it down and give it a clean. I've seen loads of lovely minimalist videos on YouTube and they're so inspiring, and I can't ever imagine that I'll get to the point where I could be that minimal, because it feels like I've got so much stuff at the moment. I'm the polar opposite, but it is inspiring and it is motivating thinking that you could get up to a clear environment, a clear kitchen, a clear room. And yeah, there'll always be toys and stuff everywhere, and the cats will always have dropped food and made a mess, and I'm okay with that, but it's just the stuff everywhere that's harder, because in order to wipe it down you have to do 10 jobs first. So here is the pile I'm starting off with, and what I've done is I've just dumped out a load of bags on the floor to sort through, because I thought that might be the easiest way, and I've got the girls doing it with me, so I've had to chop some bits of the video out because they kept creeping into the frame, and I'm not really confident enough to have them seen online yet. I'm not sure how I feel about that, so I'm sorry if the video is a little bit disjointed. You'll see hands reaching in and feet wiggling into the frame now and again, but yeah, I think they were keen to be involved and actually did a lot better than I thought. This was me kind of trying to start easy and kickstart my momentum. This is a lot of stuff that I'd already earmarked as probable trash or probable donate, but obviously was running it past the girls as well to make sure they didn't really want any of it before getting rid of it. So I'm kind of picking through, looking for, recycling. There's paper bags and things that I'm terrible for saving stuff just in case I might need it. Particularly in this crazy financial climate where everything's so expensive, but it's come to a point now where I just have to get rid of it. So I'm just kind of bagging up stuff for recycling centres and putting stuff aside for, dumping or donating. And you can see me holding stuff up for the kids and kind of checking out how much they want it, or are they happy to donate it, and seeing their response. And, as I said before, they did really well. Some of the stuff was broken, and some of it they just didn't really bother with that much anymore. I'm also trying to earmark a few bits to see if I can sell. I've just nearly cut my hand on that little fire engine that I moved because I realised there was a sharp bit on it. So yeah, that definitely had to go. Not sure what happened there, but yeah, glad it got out before it really hurt anyone. I think the other thing is, although a lot of this looks like really obvious trash, my eldest really likes to hold on to packaging for products. So she'll get those eggs and she'll want to keep the plastic egg and repackage it and then reopen it and do it with her characters. And she really doesn't want to let go of it. And it's been really hard to encourage her to do that. And we've had lots of explaining about why it's important. And, we've got not enough space to play, and all those conversations seems to have helped. And in this video, she's managed to let go of quite a lot of those eggs and those wrappers, and that was very impressive to me because I half expected her to try and rescue them again from the pile afterwards, but she's agreed to let go of them. And those little ovens that you see as well, the same thing. She'll repackage it, put them back in, and play again and again with them, but they're so bulky, they take up so much space. It's hard to keep everything. I'm just trying to teach them really that if we have less stuff, we spend less time tidying up and we can do more things as a family together, more cooking and, more things outside. So I think that's she's getting to the age where she's starting to understand a little bit of that. But equally, I don't want to make them get rid of things that they're not ready to, because I know that's hard. And, there's things I need to get rid of, and I know I need to get rid of, but I'm not ready to yet. So, if it's hard for me and I'm a grown up, then it's going to be hard for them. And sometimes we need to pace ourselves and take things at, the speed that we can. I'm trying to think that if we're making some progress, then it's a step in the right direction and it's progress. But I don't know. For me, it's definitely baby stuff from when they were kids, toys, baby clothes. They're huge sentimental things. And I'm also a bit of a one for, this might be useful, let's keep that, or I might need this. I don't know what other people find the hardest categories to sort. I'm quite sentimental about most of my girl stuff, which is difficult, but yeah. So I also made the mistake here of making lots of piles instead of putting stuff directly into black bags, which just meant I doubled the work for myself. So I had to bag it all up afterwards. Again, this meant that the girls saw it again. They rescued a few things from the pile, which, you know, is to be expected. But I managed to get most of it bagged up and ready to go. Getting it out of the house and getting it to the actual destination is going to be the next hurdle. This always seems to take forever. It will be sitting in the hall for weeks. I know it will. And yeah, I think the longer things sit there, the more things tend to get rescued from the pile and I find them around the house. So I had to get on that and try and prioritize getting things out quite quickly before too much of that happens. So here you see, I realise we've literally got 2 of the exact same toy. And I'm like, how has this happened? And of course, my daughter wants to play with both of them and see. And we're going to keep one and we're going to donate one for the time being. But that happens to me quite a few times where I find things and then I'm like, yep, we have this already. And then you know, I think we just pick the best one and donate the other one and hold on to it for a little while. But yeah, it always fascinates me how, because things are all over the place and I've not really organised them in this way before, you don't realise that you've got 2 of the exact same toy. So this has been my start of my decluttering process and getting my life together. And it's, you know, I've realised it's going to be a long, long journey, judging by how long each little project takes. But it's a step in the right direction and I'm trying to stay positive and focused. If you get to the end of this video, or if you've watched up to this point in the video, I would really appreciate it if you could let me know. This YouTube journey that I've started is feeling quite daunting. It feels very exposing putting myself out there. It's something I never thought I'd do. And I'm really not sure if this content is of interest to anyone at all. I know I like watching these videos and getting motivated by them, but I really don't know whether my life is of interest to anyone. So yeah, if you have any thoughts, I'd be really interested to hear them, or even if you've got this far in the video, it'd be great to know. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. I think it would be really nice to have you along for the YouTube journey. I'm going to put a link in the box above for the first video I posted, which shows you the mammoth decluttering and organising journey ahead of me and the absolute mess of the house I'm in and the absolute mess I'm in at the moment. So yeah, feel free to watch that one. Also, drop me a comment if you have any tips or tricks. I'm very much interested in what's working for other mums that are overwhelmed by this crazy mess and this crazy life. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.